You've got to try butter basting a steak. It's an incredibly fantastic way to cook. It adds a lot of intense flavor, it cooks faster, and best of all, it's easy. Welcome to Lawyer in the Kitchen. Today we're going to make butter basted steak with hot chili peppers. This is going to be super easy, super fast actually, because when you butter baste it, you actually cook the steak faster. So you want to use a thermometer, a probe thermometer to check the steak. We're going to take it out at about 123 to 125. This is simple. We're going to use butter, and I'm going to use oil to start with and then add the butter second. But the peppers we have are, this is a, what is this? Sharon, you know what this is, right?
Jalapeno.
And where did this come from?
Our backyard.
Our backyard. All right, so we got a jalapeno, one jalapeno. This is the hot one, honestly. This is the serrano. So we're gonna make this one without the seeds. We're gonna cut them into thin strips, all of them. This is a hot chili pepper, red, and this is a bell pepper.
The red hot chili peppers.
And the band won't be here. I mean, yeah, you're good with that. Steak first, we're gonna cook it in an iron skillet, and we're gonna butter baste it. Just salt and pepper, that's all you need, the butter and the salt and the pepper, and then when you add the chilies at the end, we'll take the steak out, put the chilies in, it's gonna be fantastic. We wanna cut the peppers up first, and so that when we put the steak in, we're ready to go. And we wanna slice these nice and thinly, and we're gonna take just a little bit more on the orange, and about the same amount on the yellow. I'm gonna leave the seeds. I think I'll take these out. I'm gonna leave some of the seeds because we want a little bit of heat to this. Peppers have been used in cooking and eating and everything else for about 5,000 or 6,000 years that we know about. And not that long ago, there was a study done where they found out that the capsaicin that's in the peppers actually triggers a heat receptor or a pain receptor in your mouth. And interestingly, for those of you who really care, it's the TRPV1 receptor for most of these hot chili peppers, but it's different, say for instance, for some other mustards and hot peppers than what we have here. Christopher Columbus brought these to America, and he's the reason why they spread throughout Europe. But what we really know is that birds don't have this TRPV1 receptor, and that's why birds can actually eat these things and not feel any heat. This is just something to eat. And more likely than not, how peppers got all over the world is from birds eating them and tracking the seeds all over the place. So that's more likely what happened. So I'm being a little careful on cutting these serranos because they're hot and we don't want to be, and certainly don't touch your face, your nose, and the last place you want to touch your eyes, because obviously they're hot. Anyhow, we're going to cut these into thin slices, have these ready to go, and then we're going to start our steak. Before we do anything, we're going to dry off this steak really well. That'll help it sear. So even dry the plate before you turn it over. We're going to use about a half a stick of butter altogether. And again, this will cook much faster than a steak just being fried in a pan because we're going to baste it, and that basting is going to add flavor, but it's also going to heat the top. So that you got to keep that in mind. All right, I'm using grapeseed oil because it has a really high flash point, whatever you call it. Anyhow, it doesn't smoke until it gets super. I'm going to go ahead and put some salt and pepper. And we want to do this. This is a ribeye steak. The bone is not in. And you want to salt this liberally with kosher salt, coarse, preferably. We'll salt the other side when it's in the pan. We'll add some pepper, good amount of pepper. And that is ready to go. We'll do the other side in the pan, starting to shimmer, starting to pull away, move around. That we know is getting very close.
Oh, I can see your face.
I can see your face.
It's like magic.
It is magic.
It's TV magic.
It is TV magic. If I got this right, it's going to sizzle as soon as I put it in there. And it's probably about a little more than a tablespoon of oil. Now I'm going to put the butter in. Here goes the steak, seasoned side down, and that's sizzling nicely. Now it's time to go ahead and get this out of the way, salt and pepper the other side. This whole thing is going to be done in about 6 to 8 minutes. And this is about a little more than a 1-inch thick ribeye. Ribeye is great because obviously it's got marbling and good flavor. You can already smell this. You can smell that, Sharon?
Yeah, it's like smell-o-vision.
Smell-o-vision? So we're not going to baste it yet. We're going to do the bottom side. We're going to wait. And then I'm going to put a little more butter in. Probably another 2 tablespoons. You want enough liquid to be able to actually baste it. We got our pan good and hot. It's smoking. This is probably a little more than you want. You don't want to burn it, so have a look. Make sure we're not burning it. We are not burning it. I'm going to turn the flame down just a little bit so it's not smoking quite so much. And let's check, see how our thermometer's working. See, that's like 55 degrees right now. Not even close. We want to look at about 123, 125 to pull it out and rest it. All right, so we're not going to let it go all the way. We're going to go ahead and turn it over now. It's already starting to have a nice caramelization to it. I'm going to add more butter. And I'm going to start basting it now. This is different from putting it on the grill where you hear don't put anything, just turn it one time. That's how you cook it. That's not how you cook this. We're going to turn it a few times. This is going to cook it faster. And if you tilt the pan away from you, it's probably better. And we're going to flip it again. And we're going to baste this side. All right, that is cooking nicely. I'm going to go ahead and flip it again. Get this side a little bit more to it. Now looking good. Let's check our temperature. Yeah, it's 92, 108, 109. That's right in there. Let's get a little bit deeper in. Let's go to this section over here. That's only 63, 64 degrees, 66. Time to baste. And what we're doing is we're making the juice to cook those peppers in. That's looking good. You don't want to overcook this thing. All right, let's have a look at this. I'm going to go ahead and put this at a little angle so I can get it more into there. What do we got? 64. Still not done. This is so easy to do. What have we been cooking, about 5 minutes?
Not even.
Yeah, come on, it's coming up on 5. All right. Got to be careful where you get the measurement from. All right, that's 99 degrees. It's closing in. I'm going to flip it one more time. Here we go. We're at 102, 3, 4, 5. We're closing in. That's 110. Again, we're looking for 123 to 125. And we ought to be very close right about now. This has been about 7 minutes. Okay, that's 121 right there. Just a little bit warmer, got 116 right there. You don't want to overcook it. and it'll go up more when it rests. We're gonna take this out, put it on a plate. Now, the same pan, clean nothing, just put these babies in there. Maybe add a little salt. We don't need pepper, we've got pepper. We just want them to wilt. This will take about the 5 minutes you got your steak resting. Now, how do we know that peppers have been eaten for at least 6,000 years? Because in Ecuador, they found a cooking pot that had pepper seeds in it, and that pot was dated back to 6,000 years ago. So we know these things have been eaten for at least 6,000 years. They're just now beginning to wilt. I turned the heat up just a little bit. And if you look at this pan is absolutely crystal clean because all of that flavor from the steak, every bit of it. If you look at that pan, all that is in these peppers. And they're beginning to look right. If you want to comment on this, I at this point in my life, I'm able to respond to all comments. If you make this and want to post your picture, I may pick one of your pictures to put on a video that we do. Let me know what you like. See what you have other ideas. Listen, you can put different peppers in here. You don't have to use these. You can use anything you want. I'd stick with the peppers though. And if you wanted onions, who's going to stop you from eating onions? I mean, you get to have onions. You could put mushrooms in this. It doesn't matter. All right, these are done. If you look at them, they're nice and wilted, but they haven't lost their color, and that's what we want. So we're done with these. Our steak should be rested. Got the gas off. We're ready to plate. This is rested a full 5 minutes while we're cooking our peppers. The peppers are still sitting in the pan, the nice hot skillet, so they're coming on down some more. And let's see if I got this thing right. Here we go. Let's see what we got here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is not overcooked. In fact, this is a little... No, I'm good with this. I was going to say it's a little undercooked. You could cook it a little bit longer. Ah, that looks fantastic to me. All right. So let's put some peppers on there. And I'd say that's done. You still got some juice running out. Probably could have rested a couple more minutes. Now, if you'd like it done a little more than this, because this is really medium rare. Like my wife, she just raised her hand. Okay, I've got her moved on though from eating, shoe leather down to medium rare at least. This is a little more rarer on the rare side, so I took it out probably about 120-ish, but I like it there. Okay, let's try this. Oh, look at that. It's tender. Let's get a little bit of the pepper on here. Oh. This is super easy, super good. Got a little bit of heat, not too much heat. You just have the flavor of the peppers. The steak is perfect. The butter basted flavor adds intensity. Did I say there's not too much heat? Okay, there's some heat coming in now. It's coming in. This is tasty. All right, Mrs. Brooks, you gonna try it? No?
It's still moving.
Hey, I can pick you up a piece. It's not moving.
It's really not moving. It looks very good.
Let me cut you pieces a little more done. All right, come try this. Right there.
A little red pepper with it. That is good.
Isn't that good? Mm-hmm. That is fantastic.
It's fantastic.
She's always making fun of me saying that word. I don't care.
It's very buttery, but not in an offensive buttery way.
No.
Sometimes things that are buttery. Can be too buttery,
Yeah.
but that's yummy.
This is tasty. This is easy. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing and liking. And I'll see you next time on Lawyer in the Kitchen.